Sometimes when we start to feel anxious or uneasy underwater, things can escalate pretty quickly. So it could start with a slight increase in your breathing. You might feel tension building within yourself. You might feel the urge to rush, to want to fix the problem straight away, even before you figured out what's actually going on. You might even feel an urge to want to run, to return to the surface. This is often the moment where we stop thinking clearly and we start to react automatically. And that can be dangerous. That's why a mnemonic can be really helpful. So, a mnemonic is simply a sequence of steps that you can return to when you're stressed, overwhelmed, or unsure what to do next. We often use this in first aid and emergency cases as well, because when stress is high, it is normal to find it difficult to think clearly. So having a simple structure to return to gives your mind something concrete to focus on and helps shift your attention away from panic and back towards the most helpful next step. So the simple tool that I want to share with you is SBTA, and that stands for stop, breathe, think, and act.
The first step is to stop. Stop moving and take a pause. When we become anxious underwater, our instinct is often to rush. Ascend quickly. Kick harder. Try to fix everything immediately. But rushing usually makes things harder. Stopping creates a small pause. And that pause gives you time and space to process what is happening before you become overwhelmed. Next, breathe. Come back to your breath. Take a slow breath in, then a slow breath out. This helps reduce tension in the body and creates a little more space in your mind. Often, when we are anxious, our breathing becomes fast, shallow, or irregular. Returning to a slower breath can help you feel more grounded. You may feel like you do not have time to breathe, but this is often when you need it most. Do not rush ahead. Stay with your breath until it feels steady.
Then you're ready to think. Ask yourself, what is actually happening right now? Is your mask fogging or leaking? Is your fin slipping off? Are you experiencing difficulties with buoyancy or fatigue from fighting the current? Sometimes it may be difficult to pinpoint an issue. You may be feeling anxious or overwhelmed for no obvious reason. That happens too. Assess the situation. How serious is the problem? Can I fix it calmly, or is it better to surface? You do not need to solve everything immediately. You only need to decide what to do next. Finally, take action. Action can take many forms. It might be continuing to pause for a moment and returning to your breathing. Or if your mask is leaking, it may be to clear or adjust your mask so that you feel more comfortable. Or if you are feeling discomfort in your ears, you may choose to ascend slightly to relieve the pressure. Sometimes the best course of action may be to surface together with your buddy or instructor. Rather than reacting automatically, the goal is to respond in a way that helps you feel safer and more in control. In many cases, that means first signaling to your buddy or instructor that you have a problem and asking for help.
Imagine you are on a dive and you have had some trouble clearing your mask throughout. Midway through the dive, you notice your heart start to race. Your breathing quickens. You're feeling anxious and start to feel an urge to rush to the surface. Instead, stop, pause, breathe, return to your breath. Establish a slow, steady rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Think. What is happening? Is your mask still causing you discomfort? Are you short of breath from trying to clear it repeatedly? Now that you have paused and slowed down, is this something you can fix, especially with your body's help? Then act. Signal to your body to slow down or stop as you attempt to clear your mask, or ask for their assistance. They may notice something simple that you do not. For example, your mask may still be leaking because your mask strap is twisted, or there is hair caught in your mask. These are things that can be harder for you to notice on yourself. If it is not something that you can resolve together underwater, you may also decide that it would be safer to surface together and end the dive.
So remember, SBTA, it's a simple tool that can guide you underwater, especially when you feel overwhelmed. We encourage you to practice it often so that it becomes familiar to you and something that you automatically return to when you're feeling stressed. Over time, you may notice that these same skills are useful in other parts of your life as well. So, pausing, slowing your breathing, thinking clearly, and responding rather than reacting can also help on land. So, when you're at work, when you're arguing with someone in conflict in stressful situations, or anytime you feel overwhelmed. And this is one of the things that I love most about diving. The skills that you develop underwater often come in handy well beyond the dive itself. So remember, stop, breathe, think, act. SBTA.